you. Today, because I'll tell you why. Because I'll tell you why. You hear me, then I'll tell you why. Can I tell you why?
So if you really want to become an authority, if you want to speak like an authority without being a loud mouth, well, in that case, watch today's video, because I'm going to give you 3 tips you can use to become an authority and speak like an authority without shouting much, right? So check this out.
Oh, thanks for this awesome video.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I'm a man on a mission. I'm a man on a mission. I don't need no permission. I'm a man.
Wow, I learned quite a lot. What I could understand, I learned, and I could see the difference.
Hey, this is Vishal Sarkar, your influential speaking expert, and in today's video I want to give you 3 tips that you can use to sound like an authority and speak like an authority without actually being a loudmouth. By the way, beautiful scene here, you can see here, beautiful place. And the first tip I want to give you is this: raise your point instead of raising just your volume. Just because you shout during a conversation, just because you shout during an argument, doesn't mean you're winning that argument, doesn't mean you're winning that presentation, does not mean you're winning that deal. It's not about volume, it's about value in that point. So next time you think, you'll see that sometimes. I've done that too sometimes, because I'm a human, I'm a human with faults. At times when I know that I'm actually losing in the argument, we start shouting. Now, what do you mean by that? What I mean basically is a dumbo. You are a dumb dumbo, right? You don't want to do that. You don't want to be loud, and because understand that your volume, loud volume, cannot be a replacement of logical point. Make sense? Is that logical for you? Good. Point number 2, you have to have deep wisdom versus bookish knowledge. In the world today, there is a plethora of bookish knowledge out there. If you see, plethora of knowledge. So if you just even see this tree right now, there's a plethora of, tea plant, but this stands out. It has wisdom. You know why? It has deep roots. It has deep roots here. Am I making sense to you? It has deep roots. So you don't want to be just like everybody else. I mean, it looks good overall, right? It's a beautiful scene, but there is no individuality of any tree, any of this tea plant. But this tree has. Have deep wisdom instead of bookish knowledge. And the third tip I want to give you right now is understand that people will respect you and you will look like an authority when you have ability to handle tough situations. When something goes wrong, how do you handle that? One thing that has happened once, I was giving a presentation and the mic was not working well, the lighting was not working. And I remember I took the mic off and I said, enough is enough. Now, how many of you, and I went all in and people loved it. And everybody they stood up and gave me a standing ovation. In moment of darkness, people get to see if you have any light in you. In moment of darkness, people get to see if you have any light in you. So it's not about just how well can you speak when situation is not going wrong, they're not going right. It's about how well you handle, a difficult situation. It's about your spontaneous speaking, your voice modulation, your influence, your persuasion, your charm, your vocal variety. How do you add humor to your difficult presentation? How do you add personality into your credibility in your presentation? And that's exactly defines, refines, and creates your credibility, and creates and gives you that promotion that you're looking for and makes you that leader. That's my tip for you right now. If you want more tips, call the number, get inside our coaching program. It's going to change your life, and I'm going to give you the opportunity to become an authority without sounding like this.
Today, because I'll tell you why. Because I'll tell you why. You hear me, then I'll tell you why. Can I tell you why?
So, got it? That's what I want for you, Vishal Sarkar here, reminding you that influential speaking is not about perfection. It's all about connection.